everyone, Howard here again. I'm taking a look at What Is Life by George Harrison, of course, from the fabulous All Things Must Pass album. And I'll be covering that main fuzz guitar, which is really cool, all the riffs of that, and then the rhythm guitar as well, the chords that are going on underneath it, okay? So let me just do the performance, and then we'll jump into I'll keep the performance short, just running through the parts. And then we'll get right into the lesson itself. So the first thing up, of course, is that great fuzz tone guitar that George has going on. I'm actually going to back off the fuzz a little bit for the tutorial part here because tellies tend to want to make a lot of noise when you've got that kind of sound going. But I do have a little bit of fuzz on it, okay? So let's talk about that riff right away. You can see that I'm using all downstrokes to play that. For those of you who have watched some of my other videos, I'm a real advocate of alternate picking and also cross picking, but I feel like just down picking this thing is the best way to go. It makes it sound nice and even, all the notes kind of really pop out, and when I listen to the recording, it just sounds like that's the way he's playing it. I could be wrong, but feel free to do it any way you want. If you want to use alternate picking, by all means do. Or downstrokes. Either way is perfectly fine. It's still a riff, and it still sounds great no matter how you slice it. So this is a great little riff to practice. It's very scale oriented, and I like to use the 4-finger technique to play it, but of course you can play it any way you want. Any way you want to get to the notes, however it works for you is cool, but I think this is a great way to play it. And you can see I put a little bit of a mark over that one open string because at the intro of the recording, George and the bass player both play it without that note in there. They just go. So just a quick note on that, but throughout the rest of the song, it's in there. And again, they lock it in together, him and the bass player. So that's a good way to play it. And so let me play it for you again, nice and slow. And you can spot check my fingerings and the tab up on the screen. So you'll notice that I switched up my fingers for the last. That's because I'm going to be going here on the 5th fret, and I just find that kind of a cool way to get into that. It sounds really smooth, but you can still go and reach over for it. But just a thought on that, if you like playing it that way. Now a quick little note on this part. That is the chorus of the song. And out the gate, he does a single chorus. But as he progresses through the song, for instance, he does a double chorus. And when he does the double chorus, instead of playing this, he plays this. So he uses that to loop it around and make the double chorus happen. So if you put it all together, it will be like this. That takes him into a verse, okay? So just a little note on that, and that's the way it goes down on the recording. So let's talk about the rhythm guitar now. So unlike the heavily fuzzed out guitar that really drives the tune, the rhythm guitar is very, very clean. There's some acoustics as well, which I'll talk about, but it's a very clean tone, and it's very bright and very crisp. And we've got 3 chords that we're using: E, B, and A. And what's difficult about this is what's going on in the right hand. So obviously there's a lot of action going on in the right hand, and it's just a continual alternate stroking. And the best thing I can offer up about this is just keep your wrist nice and loose. Don't really play with your arm. Play with your wrist nice and loose. And try to put little variations in there if you can. They sort of happen randomly by themselves anyway when you're flying at that tempo. And so the tag on that is just a D chord, which you can sit on, by the way. You don't have to add the pinky to it, but I like the way it sounds with the other guitar. So it's a D, lay your pinky down at the 4th fret on the A string, and then finally a B bar chord. So when we hit the verse and we've got the other guitar playing the there's some acoustic guitars just strumming away nice and relaxed and loose in the background. And the chords for those are E, B, C sharp, F sharp minor, and then we'll talk about the... But you're just strumming straight, alternate, relaxed strokes. So again, it's just nice and relaxed, just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. E to B, C sharp, F sharp minor, now again on that, if you want, you can just stay on the G chord and go to the D chord, but I like to add a little bit of that. And how I'm doing that is just playing a G chord like so. This finger's free, but I am catching the first two strings at the 3rd fret and then the 3rd fret on the 6th string. And I just descend the bass notes. 2nd fret, open. You can kind of pop your finger down, makes kind of an E minor 7th. And then go to D and do a similar thing that we did before. D, 4th fret on the A string, then pull your first finger up to catch the 2nd fret on the A string. And again, if you want to just strum out the chords, you can do that as well. But it sounds kind of nice to get that in there. And so on and so forth. So there you have it, What Is Life from George Harrison, and it's a really fun tune to play. You know, it's a great pop song. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all of you who subscribe and leave such wonderful comments, and we'll see you soon.